And good morning. Boy, Monday got here quick, didn't it, Odie?
Ooh, yeah, it did, but it's not just a typical Monday, it's a Labor Day Monday.
Still a lot of people will be at the swimming pool today. It's going to be hot. 95, heat index of 99, but by Wednesday is when everything takes a turn for the better, as we'll start seeing 84, even 81 one day this week. I think Thursday.
Oh, that's going to be nice.
Yeah, we'll show that here in a little bit so everybody can get caught up on what the weather is doing.
Yep.
I am kind of just tired of the extreme hot. Now, I don't mind 75, 80. That's good weather.
Oh, it is. It is.
This other stuff done got out of hand, this heat.
I went to a store yesterday, and as I was walking in, there was a gentleman that was walking out, and I opened the door, and he come on out, and he stood outside, and he was like, "Whoo!" He said, I think it's fixed to get hot. And I said, "No, sir, it's already there."
I agree with you.
Oh, man, it was something else.
So, and don't forget, there will be a lot of businesses closed today and official things such as courthouse due to Labor Day. Everybody gets a 3-day weekend today, and they're resting up. So,
yeah, no banks, post office, big cookouts everywhere. Be careful. The law is still working, and they're going to be out today. So
I bumped into them quite a few times over the weekend, you might say.
Was they everywhere?
It was everywhere. Hiding bushes, kind of like Roscoe. You remember when Roscoe come out with a bush on top of his head?
Yeah. He was always hot. Maybe that's where they got it from.
He had it going, didn't he?
Oh, man, he had it.
I don't know if you've heard of this, and I misplaced. Let me see if I can find the football player that got mugged in San Francisco.
A football player got mugged?
Well, he was wearing a Rolex watch. Here he is. His name is, wasn't it? I'm making sure that I got the right town there, San Francisco. He was wearing a Rolex, which I don't guess I've ever seen one in person. I've heard tell of them, but he had one going down the street, and he was robbed. He ended up getting shot over the situation because he wouldn't give it to him. And you work for something, it's yours.
Yeah.
There's other NFL stars that were criticizing him, saying that he should have given it up. But I hate that he was hurt, and I'm sure he is too. But if it becomes a trend and you just give everything you got, it makes it to where you're an easy target, to where there's no resistance.
That's the mindset that everybody's getting at. Don't worry about it. Just give it to them. And no.
Union Square in San Francisco is where it happened. But the
downtown.
And it was during the day, like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that it happened to the boy. Now, again, do we all think that some of the NFL players are overpaid? Sure. But whatever it is, he earned it. That's his salary. That's his money. He shouldn't have to give it up to a coward like that.
No, not at all. I'm with you on that. I think they're tremendously overpaid for playing a sport. But at the same time, that's what his paycheck is. He earned it. Very, very small percentage of football players through high school make to college.
Yep.
And then an even smaller percentage from college goes to pro. So if you make pro football, you are the top of that tier.
Proud for you.
Proud for you, and I think that's awesome. And yes, you can afford a Rolex, like we can afford a bag of chips. But the thing is, that's still his, and you shouldn't have tried to take it. And nobody should be saying that he should have just gave it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's time that we turn around and bring law and order back to our American soil.
Yeah, it's a mindset. I don't know what it is in West Virginia, but they're saying West Virginia is, when it comes to voting, has the worst voter turnout in the U.S. of A.
Even worse than here.
Yep.
I mean, we've got 33% that vote here, and that's sad.
It is. They say that's the worst in the country. If you were to break it down, West Virginia is the worst state. Now, we could have some elections maybe. 33% is not that much. And you have to really think about what Odie just said there. That 33% makes the decision for everyone else. By sitting at home doesn't help anyone.
And then everybody complains.
Yeah.
You know, that's the most terrible thing there is out there, is for a veteran who fought for this country, who signed a blank check
And then
for his life, and nobody shows up and voices an opinion. Whether it's the same opinion as mine, whether it's not. The fact of the matter is, you're too stinking lazy to get your butt up and go cast a vote. Now, if you work and you can't, or something happened, I'm with you.
But you can do the whatchamacallit.
Well, you can do the absentee.
Yeah.
If you've got that planned out, and there's some things that happen that day that you can't, and I'm okay with that. But y'all that sit back going, "Oh, my vote don't count. I'm just not gonna go." You're part of the problem. A very big part of the problem.
Okay, football players are going to have to help me out here, Odie, because I saw somebody had made a video that said, if you want to see Mississippi State win, you better go to this game. Is it Mississippi State won, but is it that the only game they're going to win this year?
I hadn't looked at their schedule. Nobody had a SEC as the SEC. I mean, there's just no way you look at it. SEC is the conference.
Oh, okay? Absolutely.
And then when you bring in some of these other conferences for a first football game, I mean, come on. Ole Miss beat somebody I never heard of 72-0.
Is that this weekend?
Yeah. Alabama, they beat somebody. 62 or something like that to nothing. I have no idea what Mississippi State's score was. I'm not sure, but they played a nobody. These other teams are coming down here playing us because they get a little paycheck from it, and it's practice. I mean, it's the only thing you can figure out is practice. So this first game,
you're saying the first game really
throw it out. I mean, it's like getting your pee-wee at West Lauderdale to play your varsity football, and then be all happy they won. Am I happy Ole Miss won? Well, yeah, I'm happy, but I didn't throw a party.
I got you.
I mean, you know, it is what it is. 72.
Now I'm gonna be honest. I used to watch college football all the time, and then I got my feathers ruffled, and when they ruffled my feathers, I tend to just go away from it. When they were protesting, saying they were boycotting practice, and I thought, you know, you're getting a free scholarship to be there, go play, and I got to warm back up to it. Maybe that's over. NFL, I'll never go back. But at
56-7 as MSU played Eastern Kentucky. It is a whooping, and so now they get paid.
There's a lot of people against that.
This goes to who can make it the next step. You were the player out of your school. You put in the hard work to make it to a college team. Now you've got to really work hard to make that next step. Well, if you're getting paid now, you're already getting paid. You're getting a free education. You're getting all of your school, everything paid for. Isn't that payment enough?
76-0.
76, not 72. 76-0 to Furman. Who? But anyway, yeah. And then you turn around now and they say, oh, well, guess what? If you don't like the team you're on this year,
swap.
You can go to another one. And used to, you had to wait a whole nother year
kind of cut back on all that.
They made it easy, and that's one thing that Coach Saban said. He said that just destroyed college football.
And speaking of, who is it that took his place? I don't even know their name. Who is it that took Saban's place?
Oh, if you wouldn't have asked,
Is he
I
any
could have told
good?
you. He came from Washington, and Washington was a pretty good team.
He was a logger? Is that what he was? Isn't that what goes on in Washington State?
No, Washington.
Oh, Washington, D.C.
I think it was Washington, D.C.
He's got a suit then.
So, yeah. And then, look, it was Alabama. They're going to be good. And then speaking of Alabama, I don't know his first name, but Hill played for Meridian High School. He's now with Alabama, and he scored his first collegiate touchdown this weekend.
Well, that's great.
And I want to say somebody from Clark County. Y'all fill us in right there.
Yeah, confidence building games, as Rusty said.
Hey, you got that right.
We'll be right
For
back.
somebody anyway.
Yeah.
Tired of buying cars with no warranty? Are you worried about your car breaking down? Come see us at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, the only dealership in Meridian that gives you a 7-year unlimited mileage powertrain warranty on qualified new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Buy with confidence. We'll take care of you for 7 years, new and used, at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Bittersweet Crossroads in downtown Enterprise has new hours for summer. Monday through Friday, 8 until 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 until 5 p.m. A great sandwich shop where they make their own honey mustard. Come try a sub or wrap today. They make some of the best homemade frozen custard with hot fudge drizzle. For specialty coffee, frozen custard, sandwiches, and ice cream, it's Bittersweet Crossroads, Highway 11 South, downtown Enterprise. 601-453-4009. Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we begin this. You got a name, didn't you?
Yeah, Daniel Hill was the one that played for Meridian High. Congratulations. That's a big deal.
Playing for Alabama?
Playing for Alabama.
Alabama is, you can't deny it. They are good.
Oh, the Ducklings, my little baby Ducklings are playing football this Thursday. I need to come see them. I do, baby Duck. I need to come see them.
There you are there. Let's see here. As we begin today, let's see what all is going on here. George Clooney and Brad Pitt had a new movie out over the weekend. It flopped. Nobody went to see it. What was it called? Woofs is what it's called. They're saying it's just a little messy movie that nobody cared about.
I never even heard of it.
That's me and you both. Really, there hadn't been a movie that grabbed my attention to where I thought, man, I got to go see that. It's just, it's been a while since I saw one that piqued my interest.
Yeah, this really piqued it.
And I cannot, if you were to tell me I had to tell you the last movie, I don't think I had.
Notebook was the last one you went to go see.
No, I didn't know. I watched it on TV.
Not Notebook, but Pure Country.
Pure Country, yeah. That really was the last one I saw. I was double checking. That's the last good movie made, y'all. Now, don't get me wrong. That Transporter stuff was really good there with that Jason guy. He's good. I like action-packed movies that have a meaning, and I don't like them over the top to where it's not real. And I say that to what is those 10 they've done with Van Diesel?
Yeah, when you had
the
X,
car
there was
chase
only
stuff.
3 of them, but then you had
the car chasing things.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. That is just not even imaginable. What they do with cars and stuff.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's good. I like that kind of stuff, but you're sitting back going, okay,
That can't
that's
happen.
just too far over
Bullet,
the top.
you could understand that car chase was real.
I mean, that was like Spider-Man and all them. I liked them till they went to outer space and started fighting steel worms, and it's like, okay,
It's almost like Hollywood has lost its direction and don't hire people that, like I can't think of a single movie, and y'all correct me, and it may be out there, like like they take somebody's real life, like The Blind Side.
Yeah.
And make a movie about somebody, the extraordinary things that they've done. I can't remember a good one.
Well, we got one come out. I hadn't seen it, but I want to go see it, and that's Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan, I had tickets to it, and I missed that.
So it's coming out.
I know how that ends, by the way. I can give you the cliff notes.
That one, I watched The Mule.
Didn't see that either.
And that's the one that it's not the one with Clint Eastwood. This is the ones about
Sister
all
Sarah?
the voting that took place.
Oh.
And there was a company that actually tracked all these illegal votes
Yeah, I
that
didn't.
was going around. It's actually
See, now all I can do is
despised or
picture Clint
something like
Eastwood in
that.
that. You'd have messed me up.
we're gonna get you to watch The Mule.
And you're right. Gone in 60 Seconds was a good movie.
2,000 Mules. Thank you, Chris. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. You're talking about a movie that breaks it down.
Yeah.
Ooh, it'll open your eyes.
Hey, Odie, we had a situation last night. No one was hurt, but if you happen to be in the area of Old Wire Road last night and go, what are those blue lights there for? Sheriff's Department was out in that area last night as they showed up to check out what was going on there. Gunshots were reported in the area. No one hurt, no one injured. That's the good news we can tell you about that.
Yeah.
Now, if you were in the city, also the same thing. Over on State Boulevard, we had shots fired there. Reports are that there was actual gunfire inside a home.
Oh.
No one was hurt. It was from inside the house, and who knows what went on. But no injuries reported. No one was hurt.
good.
Thank goodness on that. Those are what I would call the two biggest incidences over the weekend that dealt with that.
So a good weekend.
Pretty good there. We've got, and let me move down to this and talk about this. I often, when I'm live on the scene, will tell you that changes are coming. Let me move here. First off, we had the report of, it's not a mugging, but a holdup to where, and this happens a lot. So if you're getting ready to sell something to someone that you don't know, there's a place out in front of the police station where there's an ATM. Mm-hmm. Meet there. It's got cameras all around it. Meet in a place where others will see you. They met to sell something like a game. This would occur in the 1200 block of 35th Avenue. This is where Northcrest is.
Yeah.
If you were to go directly in front of it down that way,
35th Avenue.
This is where that happened. And a woman at gunpoint had her purse stolen and the product she was going to sell, and they ran off. She was not hurt, thank goodness, but she had, whatever she had in her purse was stolen, which is not good. A few minutes later, it's about an hour, I was live on the scene here. It was reported that a purse was stolen. You see the police and the detectives all in front of the store. Now, we've got the video from it, and it come out that another woman's purse was taken by a woman that drove up, jumped out, grabbed it. As I pointed out in the video, there's a lot of times that as the investigation continues, something else is determined. As with this case, they ended up knowing each other in some shape, form, or way, and they downgraded that and said it was not a robbery. It would be a disturbance in between two people. So apparently they knew one another.
Yeah.
The purse may have been taken, but it was not like it was originally thought. So it got downgraded. And as we find these things out, we update stories. And so we did with this. No one was hurt in this, and they took off northbound on Highway 39 after that in a little gray car. But no injuries, and those are the what I would call the top tiers of what went on when it comes to crime. Now, tomorrow morning may be a whole different story, as we've had a long weekend and people hadn't checked on their businesses. And
True.
Usually there's an uptick a day or so after when people discover, well, something's happened. So be on the lookout. We could have a busy day tomorrow, but so far everything's been kind of quiet as we look at some of these stories that are coming out. Let's show this before we go to commercials here. This would be out Will Garrett Road, Russell, Mississippi. Y'all look at this.
Man.
As you can tell, this was struck head on.
Yeah.
And it went down. That's the front of the car off in the ditch there. And what's that red
Ooh,
stuff?
That's another front of something.
That's a whole fender laying there, Odie.
Oh.
And said Mustang off in the ditch up there. And I didn't do a video to this for one reason only. There were a lot of people still sitting around that were involved in the wreck, and there was just no way to do video without, and we do our very, very best to be respectful when we show up on scenes to get pictures and video, and there was just no way to do it without showing everybody. So I just took some pictures and put up. I found it the best way to solve the problem there and zoom in on it. Could have been a whole lot worse.
Russell Mount Gilead Road.
Oh, yeah. What did I call it? I said something else, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said Will Garrett.
Will Garrett, yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I didn't read what I typed out, did I? But as you look at this, here's another view of this. And this wrecks can happen so quick. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That door wasn't opening up for nothing.
No.
Front tire missing. The boys in green come a-running. And a big thank you to all of the volunteer fire departments that showed up on that. That Russell, they were hustling there, helping direct. Traffic was shut down in both directions there for quite a little while as they got that and before the wrecker showed up. Could have been a whole different scene.
Ooh, yeah.
Yep. Russell Mount Gilead. Let me say that again. Make sure I correct myself. Scotty Ray and Odie will be right back. As the seasons change, so do your clothes. And Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Habo shirts, long and short sleeve. Also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954.
Oh, hey, it's us. We're here. Don't go nowhere.
I'll be honest, I was staring down at my cup of coffee wondering if it was going to make it another 30 minutes. You ever have those pondering thoughts in your head, and it's sure getting low?
Can we get a staff member to... Oh, wait a minute. We
ain't got no staff. We need some hee-haw, honey. Have mercy, have mercy. Good morning to everyone as you're waking up. 73 right now. 95 is the high today. And let me do this, Odie. We need to discuss when this weather is going to change. I need to do a quick little change here just to show the weather of where it is, because important to know. Let me move over here and let's put this 7-day forecast up here for everybody to see. Almost there. Here we go. Here it is. Look at that. We're going to have 90s today and tomorrow. And look at what happens Wednesday. Thursday is 81 with those rain chances, and we'll have 80-degree weather until mid-month of September.
We need the water. We really do. But our temperatures are going to drop a little bit, 10, 12 degrees. That's going to be good. But in some places, it could be kind of muggy.
Ooh, it could be. But, now you know what I've got stuck in my head?
What's that?
Sam Cooke, a change is coming.
A change is coming.
It's stuck in my head. Now I can't get rid of it. Wow. We wanted to bring this up, a solemn moment. Now, I'll let you introduce what this is about.
Yeah, this 3 years ago today, and someone had mentioned it, and we want to bring this back because we want to continue to pray for the family But 3 years ago today, Miss Molly Netherland went missing from Kemper County. Big search took place. We had people from the state come in, everything trying to find this young lady, and we still do not have any answers.
No.
I know Kemper over there has not stopped. It's just a sad moment, and we want to continue to pray for Miss Leatherland and her family, and that we get some answers. We find her safe somewhere. So if you know of her whereabouts, please let someone know. The family is wanting to find her and bring her home.
That is 3 years.
And it doesn't seem like it's been that long, but 3 years.
And it's been three long years for that family, I can guarantee you, as we remember that.
And then that was Coach DeBoer from Washington Huskies. So it was Washington State. So you were right. I didn't think Washington State had much. But I guess they got the Huskies, and they were, I guess, a pretty good team. They made it to a playoff or something last year.
Oh, I didn't.
So
this is how little I know about that. I didn't realize that was a team. I thought there were just some Huskies in Washington. Whoops.
So yeah, we'll see how good he does. I'm sure there's a lot of people that says I'm not coaching after Saban. I'm not.
That would be.
I'm not going over there. I'll wait till the next one.
Because it's a lot of comparisons, and of course I'm sure he had to toe the line when it come to Paul Bear Bryant.
Well, I mean, he was in the box, so he wasn't going to stay quiet. So I'm sure he had a few things to say.
Yeah. Meridian High School has made an arrest. If you'll remember, a few months back, we put up a picture of some people that had went in, stole some tablets and a few other things to Meridian High School. And the search began. They made one arrest, as you'll remember, not long ago on the side of Poplar Springs Drive. We've had another arrest over the weekend as we get the information brought in. Chelsea Dew has been picked up on a warrant for theft and trespassing at Meridian High School. So that is being booked there. Another person arrested for that. And again, can't be breaking into schools or anything that. And again, you're innocent until proven guilty before a judge and jury. All that fun stuff as that comes about. Let's see what else we got going on this morning. Boy, power line. And there's pictures of this in the comment. We had a power line that was taken down. I had someone call me and go, I just got run off the road by a mobile home.
Oh, snap.
I said, was it moving? He said, yeah, it passed me.
So he was bigger than you are, so
we go live to the scene to see the damage of what happened. This is Fellowship Road. As we get there, see the power line here in the background here before I hit play? As it comes around, it's across the road in both directions, heavier down here, right there where that luggage is to mark it, and then the power pole snapped over here. So it just snapped it, brought it down the road, and you have to really say thank you to deputies. They were on scene, OD, for hours blocking traffic because you couldn't go over the line.
Yeah.
And of course they needed to be doing other things, but they stayed there until it was all taken care of. Thank goodness.
And it's a weekend, so they've got to bring in a driver. They've got to go pick up a truck. They've got to go get a pole. They've got to go stick it on a trailer and try and get there. So EMEPA was working pretty as fast as they could.
Well, yeah, they were
everything together.
They were hustling to get there on the scene, but that's what went on there as well. We had some tragedy that happened. Someone was taken to the hospital in Neshoba County. This would be Highway 19 north of Philadelphia near Scotty's Country Store. Let me show you this car, and I want you to look at this tree. Look at this, Odie. Look how high up.
And on the opposite side from where it landed.
Yeah, and that it's camouflaged in there, but that was a horrific wreck. They were transported for medical care Wrecks can happen at any given time. There's many factors that could have caused that. You could have ran off the road and the tire trying to get back on, lose
correct.
it. Could have been numerous things. And let me see if when I mention numerous things, we want to remind you again, never, ever, ever ride beside 18-wheelers and buses for any length of time. If you go to pass and get around them.
That's right.
This is why 7 people were killed at Vicksburg over the weekend, Odie, when a bus front tire blew out and it left the highway. If you'll remember, you and I were at a wreck not long ago of an 18-wheeler.
Yeah. And in the video from, I think that came from our friends there at BNC Towing, showed where he was traveling down the interstate, and you could hear the tire blow out. You could see the damage from the tire blowing out, and you could see how uncontrollably that truck made a left-hand turn. And in that video, you can see a car had just went by.
Yeah.
And if there was somebody that was just lollygagging beside this 18-wheeler,
It'd been ugly.
It would have been ugly. So you see one, don't ride beside them. Get on by them and go.
Now, this bus was carrying 47 people. 7 were killed and 37 injured is how bad it was. I have not learned a whole lot about who was on the bus, of where it was going, what the destination was. It was a private bus. We do know that. But condolences to those who were involved in this. That's awful that this could happen.
And then some people have asked, since we talked about it last week, why does Lima have school buses? And it's instances like that right there where we've got 47 people that we've got to deal with and get them off of the interstate to a safe place. And that's what we have these buses for, that we can respond out there and get everyone off the interstate safely.
And we didn't say there wouldn't be wasps on the bus.
Yeah.
Bring your own fly swatter.
Oh, man.
I thought that was funny.
Well, since Meridian has done good and the officers have, the police department has took heed to what the
Grand jury
has said, it took them off of the report. So somebody had to go on the report. Somebody had to have something bad. So that was us, and we have got that fixed now.
that is good. When you get a problem, you take care of it. It called attention to it, didn't it?
It calls attention, but
your bus, you check it like once a week, don't you?
Now the bus that we have at the office, we check it once a week. That one is kind of issued to someone else.
You want to be honest with you? Who I feel sorry for the worst during the summertime is the gas man. You know, he goes back there, raise that little lid to put gas in your butane tank. There's always a wasp nest there.
Yeah, you always kick them suckers first.
I would not want to be him. Because it'd be easy to get caught up in what you're doing, grab the hose, run back there and flop that open, and whoop, there they are.
But could you imagine, I could use some of that propane, freeze every one of them real quick.
Check that as you can around your house. You don't want your gas man stung. That's just
you won't get a discount.
No sir, you won't. Scotty Ray and Odie will be right back.
Jordan LaParish Tractor here to talk about our fall hunting package, the Whitetail Widowmaker, L2502 DT with a DH1560, an RCR 1260 6-foot cutter. You're going to get a free pipe top trailer with that. We're about 60 days from hunting season. This package is going to start around $29,999 cash, as little as $385 per month. Come see us. 4 locations: Meridian, Hattiesburg, Poplarville, Robertsdale, and coming soon to the Panhandle of Florida.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Welcome back. As a lot of people saying, blind spots do happen with 18-wheelers.
And that's where, when you're riding beside them, that is a big blind spot. So,
And it's a lot of wrecks that happen on 4 lanes. That post in your windshield, like, when you pull up to a 4-way stop, we've all got blind
post.
spots. 18-wheelers have it in their mirrors, and they don't see you, too. So
and you look little bitty in their window, in their mirror. So be cautious for them.
all right, as we go back to take a look at history, this would be the first documented time that it would happen. Before Jesse came along and he really made it a popular thing, didn't he?
Yeah, he did it on a lot of wheels, too.
There you go. The first bank robbery in 1798 happened in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
$162,000.
Now,
That was a lot of
correct me
money.
if I'm wrong, that was back when it was basically coins, wasn't it? That's before the paper money got popular, wasn't it?
Now, I don't know. 1798.
I'm thinking $162,000 in coins was kind of
That's
heavy.
heavy.
Just a thought.
Surely they had some kind of bill. I'm sure they did.
Not
Well,
real sure on that.
Talking about the first bank robbery, do you know what the first commercial building that caught on fire was?
No, I don't.
The first insurance company that insured fires.
You're kidding me. That's truthfully.
That's true.
Wow, talk about having a bad day. Hope they were insured.
I hope they were insured themselves, yeah.
1945, it all came to an end today. What a glorious day it was as Americans celebrated, and I'm sure that Japan did as well, as Japan surrendered, ending World War II. Glad that was over. We lost a lot of lives in that war.
We ended the war, and then we turned around and rebuilt everything over there, and now we are borrowing our money from them.
Yeah, go figure that.
Yeah, Franklin Fire Insurance.
I have never understood how someone's your enemy and then you rebuild everything. I
don't either.
I just doesn't add up.
No, it does not. Y'all did this, not us. We just ended it. And
Right.
it should be ended.
And you wonder why America's in debt.
Yeah.
Huh.
Dun, dun,
Isn't it normally after you win something that you take something and go, like all those things that we were in, those oil companies.
You mean like
Was it?
Afghanistan and
Yeah.
Desert Storm? We should have said, okay, war's over and we're taking your fuel.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just a thought. I think
Yeah.
Elvis done this best, but we'll give it to him. He had a #1 with it. It was a huge hit, but I only hear, when I think of the song, I only hear Elvis. You were always on my mind. Went #1 for Willie in '82. Anybody remember that?
Yep.
22 weeks there at the top of the charts there, but I only see Priscilla and Elvis in that thought there.
Still one of my very favorite songs.
Always on my
Old
mind.
Willie is 7 Spanish Angels.
Took another angel home.
I like that one.
Yeah, it was good stuff there.
Yep.
I can't believe this has been 21 years ago?
Wow.
20 years, yeah, 21.
21 years ago.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
And now we don't have Jimmy Buffett with us anymore.
No, we sure don't.
But and that was his #1, first one he had.
The only #1 he
Yeah.
had, I believe.
Cheeseburger in Paradise didn't quite make it to the top and stepped on a pop top. What did he do on that other song? He stepped on a pop top and
That's Margaritaville.
right. What was the next line though? Had to cruise on back home. But there's booze in the blender. Isn't that what he said?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, that was a alcoholic song, I think.
It was the making and drinking of a margarita
There you go. Down in Margaritaville.
down in Margaritaville.
What else went on today? This guy was good. You see now, I think on
NCIS.
New Orleans. Isn't that it?
No, the real NCIS.
Okay.
So he's on the main one.
Mark Harmon was born this day. he's done a little bit of everything, and that's a mistake there on the left there for what he done.
Yeah.
Whoops. Had nothing to do with Phil McGraw. But Mark Harmon was in a lot of movies. He's done a lot of things. I like him.
I do too. Now there's a remake that's coming out now that's going back to when Jethro, his TV name for NCIS, was just starting out. So he's supposed to be a young fellow. Okay. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to see. But I'm not going to give it 100 yet.
Blowed out a flip-flop is the line that we were missing. Everybody knows that line except us.
Yeah.
I was close, okay?
It was close.
And the other one that you have got to really give kudos to Jimmy Buffett with Brown Eyed Girl. I know somebody else done it also too, but ooh, you're my brown eyed girl.
Ooh,
big stuff there. Let's see what else we got here happening this morning. Keanu Reeves, and it took me forever to learn how to pronounce that name.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, that's no one in my first grade class was named that. That's why I had trouble with that there. Great actor, and you'll see him in all the John Wick movies. He's good at that.
Oh, now John Wick was just good.
What was wasn't he in the one also to where the retired guy was threatening the city for his pension, and him and somebody else had to go in and save the city?
Had Jeff Bridges in it.
Yeah,
Blown Away.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if he was the one in. I believe he was.
Seems like he was. It's been a little
wait a minute. Yeah, because that was wasn't that Speed? Also, you had Blown Away, and then you had Speed, where the guy took.
Is that Keanu?
That Keanu was in on it.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
I thought it was the phone booth guy. Is that the same guy?
Keanu was the cop. Him and Bridges, I think it was Bridges. Yeah, it's Speed, where, what's your name? The good-looking Sandra Bullock was the driver of the bus. And there was a bomb on the bus if they ever decelerated
below
under
55. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was him there.
Yeah, and then, of course, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Never saw that.
That was funny. That was good.
Yeah, Speed with Sandra Bullock. Hey, y'all smart folk. Colin Farrell was the phone booth guy. That's the name that I could.
But I can't get off the phone.
That
was a good one.
Then he started spilling everything he knew about him. Whoops. Boy, this girl was absolutely gorgeous in this movie. Y'all remember Selma Hayek?
Yeah.
1966, she was born on this day. And that movie was good. If you've never watched Desperado, go back and watch that. It's got the guy that played Zorro in it, whatever his name is.
Antonio Banderas. Yes.
There it is. 1967, it went number one today. As a matter of fact, I listened to it yesterday. I'm a branded man. Oh, good stuff there. You can't beat Merle Haggard. No. As we continue, look, what else happened today? It was 74. And I remember the first time that I heard it, I don't think that I truly understood at the time what he was talking about. But in 1974, it would go number one on this day. Hank Jr. would re-record it later. But are you sure Hank done it this way? I've had rhinestone suits and new shiny cars, but I don't think Hank done it this way. That was Waylon's version of how they wanted you to act in Nashville. He took it to the top.
He does it his own way.
He sure did. 1989, I'm Still Crazy, went number one on this date. A guy called The Voice, Vern Gosdin. He was just a simple old boy that, well, painted pictures for everybody that, whew, I like me some Vern. I don't hear from this guy anymore since Bill O'Reilly got fired.
You know, I don't
Have you?
either. You know, he did the big interview with Joe Dirt.
You want to tell me who Joe Dirt is?
You never saw Joe Dirt?
I never heard of Joe Dirt.
It's a movie.
It is?
Yes. Huh. You've got to sit down and watch Joe Dirt.
Okay, Joe Dirt. He did okay.
Yeah. I can't.
That's brand new to me.
You have got to pull up Joe Dirt and watch it one day. Like you've got time to watch a whole movie at once, you know.
It's kind of hard to watch one all the way through. Always something.
Oh,
Joe Diffie wrote a song about that.
Got David Spade in it. Karina said, just watched it yesterday. I'm telling you, Joe Dirt's funny. It's good.
What's the concept? Like, is it...
Joe Dirt is just a...
Is it a detective?
No, the old redneck telling his life story.
Kid Rock's in it?
Kid Rock's in it. Yep, plays a nemesis. It's good.
It's good?
It's good.
All right.
It's fun. Go ahead and get you some sweet tea because you're going to sit there and laugh.
Well, I like a good laugh, there's no doubt. We would lose a legend on this day. It was '05, Odie. Can you believe this?
The island is not the same.
The Professor and Mary Ann here on Gilligan's Isle. I bet that was on tune, wasn't it? '05, we would lose him. He was born in Houston, Texas, and of course, he was good. Bob Denver was one of the best there ever was. He was silly. We all laughed along with him, and that was wrong where he was born. I just realized that. Whoops. We correct when we realize. But Bob Denver,
man,
that's shocking. It's been that long ago. He was the little buddy, as a lot of you will remember him.
Come here, little buddy.
And you know, the skipper even had a restaurant there for a while.
On the island?
No, in real life. He had opened up a restaurant there. Anyway, a few small facts that happened on this Labor Day.
Yeah.
Scotty Ray and Odie will be right back.
With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler or a 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles? A GMC Denali or a 2024 Silverado 2500. Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low-mileage cars and trucks.
The low-profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And I read this yesterday, and again, polls you sometimes cannot put a whole lot of faith into. But for what it's worth, Mark Cuban, didn't he just sell a major basketball team, the Mavericks or something? Didn't he own that? And he sold it?
I know he owned it. I don't know if he sold it. He was a billionaire before he sold it.
And then also on Shark Tank, right?
He's on Shark Tank.
So he done a little survey himself on his X account of how many people, 68 million people. No. Let me back up on that.
68.9%.
8 million.
8 million people.
8.8 million people took the survey on his page. And you factor in all of these different polls that you're hearing about the presidential election. Again, I don't know that this holds any more water than any of the rest of them.
Yep.
But 68% out of 8.8 million people, he asked, who are you going to vote for president? They went Donald Trump.
Who is a better role model? And Trump came up. I'm telling you, if your mama bought a house for $50,000 and she worked her whole life and paid that off, and it's now worth $400,000, there's a increase in a net worth of that home for $350,000. Kamala wants 44% of that. And you're going to pay that like you do your taxes.
They'll take it regardless.
They're going to take it if you don't pay it. If you don't pay the 44%, so your mom and daddy bought a house for $50,000 and worked their tail off back in the day to pay it off so she'd have a place. And here she is living on a fixed income. Well, we all live on fixed income.
Oh, yeah.
But she lives on Social Security.
Good way of putting it.
And here comes Kamala, and she wants 44% of that gain.
And again, let me say this. This is not picking on Republicans or picking on Democrats. That's just what their stance is. We're trying to make clear that you understand what they want to do on that, to where you would have to give up 44% if that home was sold and it was yours.
If it was sold.
Yeah.
Now, if she was to sell it and make that money, then she would owe taxes on that money that she made. Kamala is wanting to tax the money that she doesn't have. Just because you own it and the worth jumped up does not mean that you've got the money to pay that gain.
No,
if
it
you
doesn't.
invest in stock, your 401k, if over your working career it's made $50,000, Kamala wants you to pay 44% of that in tax. You don't have the money. That's for your retirement. That's put up for you to have when you do retire. Kamala wants 44% of it. Y'all watch and look at what I'm not saying. It's called unrealized gain, Bob. Thank you. Unrealized. That means you owe it now. And if you don't have the cash, they're going to take your home, and then a corporation from the government's going to come along and say, hey, I'll rent this to you. You're not going to own anything. The money you put back in retirement is going to be took by the government. Your home is going to be took by the government. Everything you own is going to be took by the government if you allow this to happen.
Just a little tidbit there of what people stand for. Now, we're not saying anybody's perfect that's running for president. Don't take us wrong, but your money is kind of near. It doesn't matter how you vote independent. If you're a Democrat or Republican, what little bit of money we all have is kind of important to get by, keep society rolling. That worries me.
I mean, I'm registered Republican, but I voted for Democrats because I liked their stance better than I did the Republican that was running against them.
Have you heard of this guy, Alan Lichtman? They're calling him the Nostradamus, is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Nostradamus.
Of predicting presidential elections since '84. He hasn't made his final decision. Now, he's been spouting off all along originally that he thought Kamala would win. And now the tides are changing as they were, after everything kind of floats down after the convention, it's about dead even if you were to get into the polling legitimately at this point. Usually polling is not quite exactly right. Just some more information on that as we watch all this. We'll see what becomes of it. November, y'all going to know. We'll go to the polls and find out how that works out. Let's see what else we missed here. We had an accident yesterday afternoon. This would be on 35th Avenue. We had a tree struck. 35th Avenue, 39th Street right there, as you'll see this. Here's MPD coming across. Right over here, Odie, is where a car is off in the ditch. Right there is where you can barely see the tires.
So there is one down there?
There's one down there. I got a video up. Here's the tree that was struck right there. You see that?
Yeah.
It hit that and went airborne and went into the ditch. Right. You can barely see that tire there.
Yeah.
The Meridian Police Department on scene there. And then again, we do have a small video on it if you'd like to see more about that. Let's see here. This is when it rains just a wee bit. Y'all don't forget that. And this is what we'll classify as a hit and run. You see this right here?
Oh.
Down in the ditch it is. A car, this is Highway 45 bypass, was going down it, lost control, jumps the medium, hits this car, and then it wasn't bad enough to kill the car, and it drove off. Left them in the ditch.
You didn't even check on it?
Nope.
Wow.
This used to mark school was the next day. It always did. As a little youngster there, we'd go get a thing of barbecue, and it was, the scuba day. The horse show. Whenever the horse show happened, it meant school was the next day. They had it yesterday, and school was already going. So thought you might want to know that.
Well, today was the last day of summer growing up because we started school the day after Labor Day.
I know. It is.
And now they've already been in school a month, I think, hasn't it?
Oh, it's flown, Odie. As we look at this, let's see what else has happened around here. We had someone shot and killed, believe it or not, in Raymond over the weekend. That's going to be in the Jackson area. We had a motorcyclist killed in a Jackson crash after it collided with an SUV. We see that a lot there with motorcycles, and it's just not as much protection. We all know that. Be careful, especially in rain, riding motorcycles. Y'all know more than I do about motorcycles than the way it is. Great horse show there. That's the way it happened there in Scuba yesterday. More coming up. We've got some events coming up this week. Don't forget, Friday, we're coming back for Full Moon on 5th. Weren't you telling me that we're going to be having a fundraiser also?
The next week, the 14th, we're going to push out. We got a pancake breakfast coming up. So we'll push that out starting next week.
Then we've got the benefit at East Central Community College to benefit Dan Boyd, Lauderdale County Sheriff's Deputy. His wife has cancer. Todd Tillman's going to be singing. Donations are going to help him during this difficult time. It's expensive. We all know that. We'll be right back. We got some birthdays to tell you about next, and a message from up above. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
We know you care. But if this is all too real for you and your loved ones, make the call. Because we care too. Home instead. To us, it's personal.
Well,
Here we are.
we were discussing the Jackson. It's really the Coliseum, and they call it the Trade Mart. Had a gun show over the weekend. Someone was shot accidentally.
It's supposed to be unloaded.
Yes, sir, Bob. Check those. Treat every firearm as if it has something in it.
Like the amount of people who get shot by
Unloaded
weapon.
That's right.
Wow.
And the rest of you get hit by skillets by your wife.
Or either get a pot of grits thrown on you. You remember? That's what what's her name? Not Matilda, but Medea.
Medea. She would get you there.
Throw them grits on them.
Oh, just a word of advice. If you've training is never stop training with your employees.
That does go a long way.
Step one: when business closed, lock the door. I won't go into what business, but a little group meeting later on about when you shut the door. Lock it.
When you don't want nobody else to come in.
Yeah, overnight when nobody's there, they will take things.
Oh, so this was one that was left open?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes, sir, Bob. Yep, big business there. Just wide open there. Come on in, get what you want.
Yeah.
Again, talk with your employees. It's a good thing. This is what you do with this. There's no clicker.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. You know, what I done the other afternoon, I come in to the house and I grabbed the doorknob and it wouldn't open. I had my key to my white Tahoe and wasn't nothing happening. And then it hit me.
It's for the car.
Yeah, I was dazed and confused there for a moment. But you know how you think the door's going to be open and you're still walking and you turn and it was up against the glass.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll knock a cowboy hat off in a heartbeat. Just telling you. Let's do some birthdays, Odie. Who do we got today?
Woo, some birthdays. All right, so we've got Saturday. We had Stacy Little that celebrated a birthday. Tanya Johansson had a birthday. Chad Culpepper and Captain Adam Rideout with the Meridian Fire Department had a birthday on Saturday. Sunday, we had Trish Brenner and Brad Belford had a birthday. And today, we've got Sherry Walker Mallet having a birthday. Joey Traywick, 68. Brandy Larson Morgan, 45. Kristen Robinson's having a birthday. Charlie Norris, 62. And Clayton and Lou Cobbler, 36 years married, been together 46 years, so it took him 10 years to convince her to marry him.
Boy, he was a little sluggish on that, wasn't
Yeah, well, she may have just been kind of,
he? Don't want it.
Yeah. She played hard.
He had to
get.
swoon her with his good looks, I guess.
I guess that's what it was.
Who's the lucky one out of that couple?
Ooh,
of course, Clayton's going to tell you he is.
50-50, yeah. Happy anniversary, you two.
Odie, we got a strike that is pending, and if these people go on a strike, you're really going to notice it.
Yeah, you will.
The cleaning ladies at hotels across America are getting ready to strike because they want higher wages. If they don't make them beds and wash them sheets, we're going to have some issues, folks.
Well, I tell you, I've stayed in a few, and they should have mopped. It's kind of like $15 for a burger flipper.
Hey, we mentioned Shirley Buckley the other day. You remember that?
Yeah.
I happened to find I found a home picture of her.
Oh.
Rodney Crowell just happened to be in the forefront there. Hey, Shirley. Isn't she gorgeous?
I hope I'm not around you when she finally catches up.
She comes to bed.
Because she's going to throw something.
With that cold cream on. Folks, if you've never, ever heard the song, It's Hard to Kiss the Lips at Night That Chew Your Blank All Day Long, you should look that up. Vince Gill done a wonderful job there.
That is a good song.
Of, describing what a married fellow goes through each day.
Oh, yeah.
I get tickled thinking about it. We want to say thank y'all for joining us this morning. And Odie has some words of wisdom for us from the good Lord above. What you got for us today?
Normally I go on and I find a verse of the day, and it usually fits pretty good. And I didn't even look at it today because yesterday at church, Brother Kenneth, a.k.a. just plain preacher, his sermon was on
him
this.
last week.
Yeah, he said y'all talked to him. I was kind of scared what y'all talked about with me. But he had his sermon, and I said, you know what? That's just really fitting, and I want to use some of what he had, and that's in Ephesians 4, and we're going to start at 31. It says, let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice, and be ye kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God for Christ's sake has forgive you. It also says that if we don't forgive, how can God forgive us? Whew, I tell you what, there's one way I start my day, and that's saying thank you for our Lord above for what he's done for me. And I hope that you invite him into your life if he's not already part of your life, so that you can see what he does for you and what he can do for you. There's all things can be done through Lord Jesus Christ. He will change your life. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Have a safe day. Have a wonderful time with family if you're barbecuing and picnicking and whatever your plans are today. And remember that we love you, and we'll see you in about 23 hours tomorrow for our Tuesday morning. Have a wonderful day.